The first is the Manufacturing Extensionship Partnership. This was a program that President Reagan started. I worked at the Department of Commerce. It helps small and medium-sized manufacturers. My sense is it was zeroed out. It's 0.003% of the budget by some junior staffer. I'm convinced if the president actually met with the manufacturers who are benefiting from the program, or if you met with him, he would probably want to quadruple the budget, given how he campaigned.
This program under the Reagan administration was designed to be temporary. In fact, you're only supposed to be on it for 6 years. There have been folks who have been on it for literally decades.
Freshman Congressman Khanna questioning White House Budget Chief Mick Mulvaney on Capitol Hill this week. And joining me now is the Democratic Congressman Khanna, who is on the Armed Services Committee as well as Budget. You come from Silicon Valley. You're interested in economic empowerment, in jobs. And you look at a budget and you see that this program is zeroed out. And you say, what's going on here?
Well, it's surprising because it would help the very people that President Trump said he wanted to help. This program helps manufacturers, small manufacturers, medium manufacturers, compete in a global economy. And it was a Reagan initiative. So that's the shocking thing with this budget. He's cutting things that would create the jobs that he promised.
You teamed up with, of all people, Hal Rogers, the Republican veteran congressman from Kentucky, from Appalachia.
Right.
And you come from Silicon Valley, and you were trying to help figure out new job opportunities for the young people there as code writers.
Right.
Tell me about that initiative.
Well, we couldn't have two more different districts. My district, 50% foreign-born. Hal Rogers' district, 99% born in the United States. Trump carried his district, 25%. I went there, and here they had coal miners' kids excited about learning Apple software, Google software, and getting jobs, $45,000 jobs, $50,000 jobs. They have a sense of the future. Hal Rogers calls the area Silicon Holler. And one of the parts of the budget, the Appalachian Regional Commission funds these things. They're funding coal miners' kids to get jobs in new industries. And anyone going down there would say, let's quadruple the budget. Let's have 10 times the money there. You know, they say the Democrats oppose everything, but if the president were to come and say, I want to fund Appalachian Regional Commission, he'd get people on the coast like me saying, yes, let's do it. And that they're zeroing out.
I remember when West Virginia Senator Bobby Byrd put that into the budget, and it became,
right.
it became a prized, some people called it pork, but it really has a purpose, especially now when the coal industry is on its last legs.
And if you go, and what my sense was to Director Mulvaney is go down there and see what the program is doing. They're paying people for getting trained, and they're leading to actual jobs. And these are folks who want those new industries there. And that's what the funding is going for. It's a success. We ought to be increasing it. I often say for the president, who made his whole reputation on The Apprentice, you'd think he'd want to fund apprenticeship programs. I mean, this is what he campaigned on. He said, I'm going to give hope to folks. I'm going to give new jobs. Hal Rogers is showing how it's done. Some of us just want him to put the funding behind it.
Now, Mark Zuckerberg,
right.
someone that you know from your part of the world, was the commencement speaker at Harvard. Let me play a little bit of that speech, which was yesterday, I think.
But we live in an unstable time. There's pressure to turn inwards. This is the struggle of our time. The forces of freedom, openness, and global community against the forces of authoritarianism, isolationism, and nationalism. Forces for the flow of knowledge, trade, and immigration against those who would slow them down. This is not a battle of nations. It is a battle of ideas.
So he dropped out of Harvard, had a little bit of success after that.
Right.
Now he's back as the commencement speaker. Some people looked at that speech in toto and said, hey, this guy might want to run for president someday.
Right.
What do you think?
Well, who knows? But he's certainly making a good contribution to politics. And his point, which is that Google and Facebook are creating a sense of a global community where we can actually know what's going on in China, in India, in Pakistan. And that's a good thing. But we have to figure out how do we get more people participating in the technology revolution and creating jobs, not just in the Valley.
Congressman Khanna, I hope you'll come back. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it.